Welcome back to another installment of Salty on Religion. When it comes to the Bible, I know there's a lot of controversy regarding the Bible. Even people who claim to be Christians don't all agree on what's in the Bible, what's not in the Bible, how you follow the Bible, why the Bible was written. So I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on what I think about the Bible. To me, there's a lot of good information in the Bible, and I've actually been listening to an audiobook about the Bible, and I'll talk about that later. But to me, the resounding theme in the Bible is first, believe in God, trust in God. He is the giver and taker of all. But he, she, that's another point of contention. God, in my core belief, wants us to be happy. Thus, he invented beer. All kidding aside, though, God created man and woman. I don't necessarily subscribe to the Noah or to the Garden of Eden story. If you take it literally, it sounds kind of weird, but hey, he's God, right? It could have happened exactly the way it was written in the Bible, or the way the Bible is written was metaphorically written for the masses. So that's kind of a bone of contention. The way the Bible's written, right? Are we supposed to take it literally, or metaphorically, or a little bit of both? The trick is, when do we take it literally, and when do we take it metaphorically? Case in point, there's a part of the Bible that says in the New Testament, I believe it's Matthew, says if your eye sees evil, pluck it out. So I see some pretty evil things. So I think I should, ideally, if I took the Bible literally, I should have plucked out both my eyes by now. And definitely, if your hand does evil, or if your foot does evil, or any part of your body does evil, chop it off, because it's better to enter the kingdom of heaven without sin than with and missing a limb than with the limb that sins. So that, I think, to me personally, I think supposedly Christ said that in one of his parables. To me, that's kind of Christ or God's sarcasm coming out. And so for those quote-unquote devout Christians, we should see more plucked out eyes and chopped off hands and feet if that were the case, right? So for those people who say everything in the Bible is supposed to be taken literally, and the people say you can't cherry pick. I've heard that before, when I quote a Bible verse or something that's either inspirational to me, or as a source of guidance. People are like, oh well, you're just cherry picking. Yeah, I am. Because I'm not exactly gonna start plucking my eyes out, right? Yeah, I kind of cherry picked that one out. So yeah, who doesn't cherry pick? Who doesn't pick out the parts that work for them And there's a lot. I'm in right now. I'm not a Bible scholar. I haven't even read the whole thing. I haven't even listened to the whole thing. But those are the kind of questions that I have, right? Where was I? Oh, the Bible. Okay. So, first of all, I personally don't take everything in the Bible literally. There are people who do, or who say you should. You know, say if you take one part of the Bible, you got to take the whole thing. I don't think they listen to their own words either. So that's number one. Number two, there are people who say that the Bible is perfect because it was inspired by God. So everything in the Bible is true and happened the way it was written. No. I can't buy that. Just like in the video before, there are a lot of men, because the Bible is written by men, and even in the Bible, Jesus talks about imperfect men. Men are imperfect, and people, men, women, people are imperfect. So, and even after, right, even the disciples were screwed up after witnessing and knowing that God is the Son of Man and listening to his teachings firsthand. They're still screwed up. So to say that because the Bible is written about God and it was guided by the hand of God in its writing that it's perfect, no, I don't buy that. Will I go to hell for believing that? No. Not in my belief, because in my belief, if you trust in God, you believe in Jesus, Jesus is the way to heaven. Now, don't believe in Jesus, for the pure sake of not, wanting to go to hell. Believe in Jesus because you believe in Jesus. It's kind of like those politicians who kind of go with the direction that the wind blows, right? I was country when country wasn't cool, was cool. Anyway, but I personally believe in Jesus because I've seen him work. I've seen Christianity work in my life, so it helps me believe. Am I perfect? Heck no. Do I have a long way to go? Heck yeah. Do I do my best to follow the teachings of the Bible? No. I totally admit I don't do my best. I'm human. I'm susceptible to every known sin, ill, downfall that any other man has had and will have. But what I have is that I believe. I believe that Christ exists in one way or another, and that's, to me, what gets me through the day some days. So that's two. So the first one, the Bible, I don't take it literally. And two, I don't believe the Bible is a perfect book because it was written by man. Does it have good information? Yes. It's a guidebook. To me, it's a guidebook to living life right. And all the sermons I've listened to, all the stories I listened to in the Bible, or read and listened to, they all have one underlying theme: be a good person. Live life being the most fair person you can. Do right by others. love your father and your mother, love God, and try to do things from a basis, and forgive, right? Try to do things from a basis of love, and that's the underlying theme of the Bible. Now, there's a lot of details in there, but I think those are manifestations of of man's need to control and categorize things that he doesn't understand, or find technicalities around things, right? To me, the 10 Commandments, pretty easy to follow, or pretty easy to understand, let's put it that way. Easy to follow, not so much, right? Because we're imperfect people. But that's the basis. That is the basis of being a good, God-loving person. And this is, you know what? I'll save this for the next video. But anyway, those are my 2 points for this video. Questions, comments, criticisms, fire away. I'm just putting my opinion out there. Catch you later.